A landscape is the visible features of an area of land. Its landforms. A landscape includes the physical elements of geophysically defined landforms: mountains, water bodies, living elements of land cover, human elements including different forms of land use, building and structures, and transitory elements such as lighting and weather conditions. The Earth has a vast range of landscapes, including the icy landscapes of polar regions, mountainous landscapes, vast arid desert landscapes, islands, coastal landscapes, densely forested or wooded landscapes, and agricultural landscapes of temperature and tropical regions. A forest is an area of land dominated by trees. Many animals need forests to live and survive. Forests are very important and grow in many places around the world. They are an ecosystem which includes many plants and animals. Temperature and rainfall are the two most important things for forests. Many places are too cold or too dry for them. Forests can exist from the equator to near the polar regions, but different climates have different kinds of forests. A rainforest is a forest that receives heavy rainfall. The most notable rainforests are in the tropics or subtropics. The biggest rainforest in the Amazon rainforest, which is mostly in Brazil. Forests like this have extraordinary biodiversity. Biologists say over half of all plant and animal species live in the rainforests. Also, more than 1/4 of all medicines come from here, even though they only cover 6% of the Earth's land area. They are still an important source of oxygen. The jungle is a place in a rainforest where the forest floor is crowded with plants, usually in tropical climates. Like other rainy places, they have many rivers or streams. Scientists think that more types of animals and plants live in the jungles than everywhere else. The crowding in the jungle leaves little room to walk. This may make it dangerous to people. The coast, also known as a coastline or seashore, is defined as the area where land meets the sea or ocean. Because coasts are constantly changing, a coastline's exact perimeter cannot be determined. Coasts are important zones in natural ecosystems, often home to a wide range of biodiversity, and important zones such as wetlands for bird populations or seagrass, which provide nursery habitat for fish or other aquatic species. A waterfall is a place where water rushes down a steep ledge. The water flows from higher land, then it falls down a big step of rock to lower land of softer rock in the course of stream or river. Waterfalls also occur where meltwater drops over the edge of a tabular iceberg or ice shelf. Waterfalls are usually made when a river is young. The roar from a big waterfall is very loud. The sea, connected as the world ocean, or simply the ocean, is a large body of salty water that covers over 70% of the Earth's surface. The sea moderates Earth's climate and has an important role in the water cycle, carbon cycle, and nitrogen cycle. Winds blowing over the surface of the sea produce waves which break when they enter the shallow water. A wide variety of organisms, including bacteria, plants, animals, live in the sea, which offers a wide range of marine habitats and ecosystems. The ocean is a large area of water between continents, which covers approximately 71% of the Earth's surface. These 5 oceans are the Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, Arctic, the Southern Oceans. The largest ocean is the Pacific Ocean. The smallest ocean is the Arctic Ocean. The oceans contain 97% of Earth's water. Many types of animals live in oceans, such as carp, crabs, starfish, sharks, and whales. Different water movements separate from the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans. The deepest ocean is the Pacific Ocean. The deep ocean is characterized by cold temperatures, high pressure, and complete darkness. Some very unusual organisms live in this part of the ocean. They do not require energy from the sun to survive because they use chemicals from deep inside the earth. A river is a natural stream of water, usually fresh water, that flows through a channel in the surface of the ground, flowing towards an ocean, sea, lake, or another river. In some cases, a river flows into the ground and becomes dry at the end of its course without reaching another body of water. The passage where the river flows is called the river bed, and the earth on each side is called a river bank. Rivers are part of the hydrological cycle. However, they cover 0.1% of the land on Earth. A lake is a large body of water surrounded by land, apart from any river or other outlet. Some lakes are very big, and people in the past sometimes called them seas. Most lakes on the surface of the earth are fresh water. Natural lakes are generally found in mountainous areas. More than 60% of the lakes of the world in Canada, Finland, is known as the land of the 1,000 lakes. In very dry places, the water of the lake has a high concentration of salt, and the lake is called a salt lake. A mountain is a large natural rise of the Earth's surface that usually has a summit or peak, generally with steep sides that show significant exposed bedrock. A mountain is larger than a hill, typically rising at least 300 meters above the surrounding land. A few mountains are isolated summits, but most occur in mountain ranges. Mountains are formed through tectonic forces, erosion or volcanism, which act on time scales of up to tens of millions of years. A field is an area of land in a farm which may be used for agricultural purposes, crops or animals. Also a meadow or area that is empty of trees and has mostly grass. A meadow is a grassland that is either natural or allowed to grow unmowed and ungrazed. Meadows can occur naturally under favorable conditions, but they are often maintained by humans for the production. Playing fields are used for sports or games. A park is an open area in a city or town of naturally occurring, semi-natural or planted space set aside for human enjoyment and recreation or for the protection of wildlife or natural habitats. There are often trees, benches, statues, and ponds in a park. Some parks are very large, with fountains, picnic areas, and playground structures, such as swings and slides, are mostly used for recreational activities, walking, cycling, playing, etc. A desert is an arid, very dry biome. It is an area of landscape where living conditions are hostile for plant and animal life. The lack of vegetation exposes the unprotected surface of the ground to the processes of denudation. About 1/3 of the land surface of the road is arid or semi-arid. This includes much of the polar regions, which are sometimes called polar deserts or cold deserts. Deserts are formed by weathering processes as large variations in temperature between day and night. Although rain seldom occurs in deserts, there are occasional downpours that can result in flash floods.